Hello and welcome to St. Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. This is online lecture series and I am Rohit Raj from Civil Engineering Department. We are discussing geomatics and aerial surveying. Okay, this is included in your fourth semester syllabus. This is 13th lecture in this course and today we are going to start Napier's rule. Okay, so this is part of spherical coordinate system and spherical trigonometry. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with Napier's rule. Relationship of right angle triangle are obtained from Napier's rule. Okay, this is Napier's rule's first statement that relation of right angle triangles are obtained using Napier's rules. In figure ABC is a spherical triangle where it is ABC is a spherical right angle triangle. Uh, so Napier defines a circular part as follows: three parts arranged around the circle are in triangle. Okay, so this is a Napier right angle triangles. Okay, spherical right angle triangle, and these parts are arranged in a circle in order to give they are in triangle. Okay, so Napier's defines circular part as follows. Okay, so starting with the side A, orders are B 90 minus A, 90 minus C, and 90 minus B. Okay, so from this point, if we start from here, okay, so angles are B 90 minus A, 90 minus C, then 90 minus B. These are the angles. Okay, if any part is considered as the middle part, adjacent two parts are adjacent parts. Okay, and the remaining two sides are opposite parts. Suppose if this is considered to be a middle part, then these two are its adjacent sides and these two are its opposite. These two are its opposite. Okay, these are the opposite. And these two are adjacent. These two are adjacent. Okay, so from Napier's rule, okay, you must know how to arrange this. Okay, so this one is arranged like this as A. Okay, A for this. Then we have B for this, and then we have angle 90 minus A. Then we have 90 minus C, and then we have 90 minus B. And from Napier's rule, sine of the middle part is equals to product of the tangents of adjacent parts. Means sine of middle part is equals to tan of both the parts. That is, suppose for it is B. Okay, for B, sine of B is equals to tan of 90 minus A multiplied with tan of A. Okay, so sine of B is equals to tan of A multiplied with tan of 90 minus A. Okay, while I'm saying A and A, you just see there that is one is small a resembling the length of arc, and another is A that is angle opposite to that, that is angle of the spherical triangle. Okay, so sine of B is equals to tan A into tan 90 minus A. Similarly, sine of B again is equals to cos 90 degree A into cos 90 degree C. if sine of middle part is another, we have a relation here, product of the cosines of opposite parts. Okay, so for the sine of middle part, we have two relations. That is, first relation is product of tangents of adjacent part, okay, or product of tangent of adjacent part, or product of cosines of opposite parts. Now we are well aware of the opposite parts and adjacent parts. Suppose this, okay, let me clear this first. Okay, this is your, suppose we are considering this. Okay, so adjacent parts are this one and this one, and opposite parts are this one and this one. Okay, so if we need to calculate the sine of 90 minus a, okay, sine of 90 minus a, then either we can use sine rule or we can use cosine. Okay, so for sine, this will be sine of 90 minus a will be sine of 90 minus c, sorry, tan of 90 minus c multiplied with tan of 90 minus, sorry, tan of b. These are the adjacents. So tan of 90 minus c multiplied with tan of b. Or we can use cosine of 90 minus b and cosine of a. Okay. So we have two relations, that is sine of middle part is equals to product of tangents of adjacent sides, this one, or product of cosines of opposite sides, that is lower. Now we have astronomical triangle. Okay. The astronomical triangle is obtained by joining pole, zenith, and any star. Suppose it is M on the sphere by arcs of great circle. Okay. So what is a spherical, what is an astronomical triangle? So astronomical triangle is obtained by joining pole, okay, pole we are well aware, and zenith, that is vertical portion, okay, from the observer vertically up, okay, and then we have any star, okay, that is M, by the joining of these points with the arcs of great circle. Okay. Now from this triangle, relation existing among these spherical coordinates may be obtained. Okay. So using these triangles, we can establish a relation. Okay. Suppose let alpha be the altitude of spherical body M, and del be the declination, and theta will be the latitude. Okay, so we have assumed alpha as the altitude, theta as the latitude, and delta as the declination. For the body M, it is alpha is the altitude and delta is the declination, and theta is the latitude of the observer. So we have over here, okay, so we have delta as the declination of celestial body. Okay, now so ZP is equals to co-latitude of the observer. Okay, here it is ZP. ZP is the co-latitude, as we have assumed latitude to be theta, then co-latitude will be 90 minus theta. We have studied this relation. And PM is the co-declination. Co-declination will be over here. Okay, so this is your co-declination, that is declination is del. So co-declination will be 90 minus del, and co-altitude will be 90 minus alpha, as we have assumed altitude to be alpha. Okay, so co-altitude will be 90 minus alpha. Okay, so these are the uh, known facts. Okay, for this spherical triangle, this is your uh, co-declination, co-latitude, and sorry, this is your co-latitude and this is your co-altitude. Co-declination, co-altitude, and co-latitude. As we have known, we are aware with the declination, latitude, and altitude. Okay. So the angle at Z, that is MZP, angle at Z, that is MZP, this angle, okay, if we try to clear this out, okay. So this angle, okay, that is angle MZP, the azimuth of the body, azimuth A of the body. So this is azimuth A, okay. Then we have angle at P, and what is that? Okay, angle at P is equals to ZPM, the hour angle Z of the body. Okay, so we have angle at P, that is this angle. This is your hour angle. Okay, this is azimuth. Okay, this is your azimuth, and this is R angle as H. This is azimuth as A. Third one is parallaxic angle. Okay, that is at M. Okay, this is your parallaxic angle. This one is your parallaxic angle. So if three sides, that is MZ, ZP, and PM are known, the angle A and H can be computed in the formula of spherical trigonometry. Okay, so if we have the three sides, that is MZ, ZP, MZ, ZP, and if suppose we have three sides MZ, ZP, and sorry, MZ, MP, and ZP, then we can calculate the angles A and H can be computed, okay, using the formulas of spherical trigonometry. These relations, we are well aware of these relation. Using that relation, we can calculate the angles, okay. So that's all for the Napier's rules, okay, and you just try to answer these questions. This is your assignment, okay. Just try to answer these questions, okay. You can just write in a PDF and you can send me to on WhatsApp. That is introduction and purpose of field astronomy. We have discussed this, okay. Then you just write the definitions, different definitions of the terms that we are using, okay. We have discussed 13 14 terms, okay. So you just write all of them, their definitions. Then we need to know the spherical celestial coordinate systems, okay. Just write the about the celestial coordinate system, compare the coordinate system, okay, and then spherical triangle and properties, okay. In today's lecture we have discussed the spherical triangles and properties. Then just write about the Napier's rules, and finally write about the astronomical triangle, okay. Yes, we have seen each of them, okay. So just write these 7 questions in your notebook and click pictures and send me on WhatsApp. Thank you for listening. Feel free to ask any doubt. You can just contact on this number or you can mail on this mail ID. Okay. Till then, take care. Goodbye.